Hello there, my friend. Welcome to the fire. The thing about being a problematic player is to recognize the problem, address the problem, and taking the steps to resolving the problem. Like in this story entitled, Confession Time, when I used to be a problem player. r/RPG horror stories, posted by Nicholas_TW. I used to be a problem player. I would overcommit to games and get so invested that if the GM didn't give me enough attention, I would complain until he did. I would frequently ask questions and push on inconsistencies until the GM had to acknowledge something was a plot hole, and wasn't I so smart for pointing it out. It all came to a head one day when the GM tried to introduce an NPC who would befriend us and then later reveal herself to be an evil tiefling allied with the evil tiefling cultist group that we were fighting. But because I was constantly asking questions and pushing on topics, I suspected her really early on. Normally, this would be a good thing since it means I was paying attention. But I kept trying to find ways to prove my conclusions and could never find a good way to do so. So, when the big, dramatic reveal happened, I got pissed and had my character start interrupting the BBEG repeatedly and wouldn't let the GM have his dramatic reveal and ruined the moment for everyone involved because I was angry that I saw the twist coming and couldn't prevent it from happening. I raised my voice at one point to keep interrupting the BBEG speech until the GM gave up and said, "Roll initiative," and gave up on having a cool narrative moment. That was a real turning point for me because I realized I ruined everyone's fun for that section of the game and a moment that the GM had been looking forward to for a long time. I could have handled it better. My character could have said something like, "I knew I never should have trusted you," or, "But I tried so hard. How could you have outsmarted me?" and played into the moment so everyone could have a good time. But I was so furious that I hadn't been able to negate that plot point that I had to ruin it for everyone else. The next day, I apologized to everyone, individually, especially the GM. I was a college student at the time and my school offered free counseling services, so I booked an appointment to talk about my temper problems and figure out strategies to keep myself from losing sight of what's important. I'm really happy that my friends forgave me and kept inviting me back, since it was hardly an isolated incident, and I've had moments where I've gotten frustrated since then, but at least I've gotten good about not taking it out on the players/GM. Or excusing myself for a few minutes to go to the bathroom and calm down a bit so I don't snap at anyone if I feel myself getting upset. Anyway, this isn't intended to be a "you should give people second chances" post, but hopefully a reminder to people who sometimes struggle with being a good/conscientious player that it's never too late to acknowledge your issues, apologize, and take steps to improve. Not everyone has the time/resources to see a dedicated mental health professional to help you figure out strategies to improve. Though, if you do, I highly recommend using those resources. But you can still ask people you trust to help you identify things which lead to issues and work on strategies to improve. First of all, it happens. Even though we may play elves, dwarves, halflings, or whatever, we're also still human and we are fallible. Yeah. And good on OP for recognizing and holding themselves accountable and even taking the steps to address the issues of their behavior. Yeah. I will say this though. There's no problem in being really invested in your game and even playing a character that may suspect and not trust an NPC. especially if they're given a good reason in character. Yeah, true, the GM may want to monologue their big reveal, but they also shouldn't force it or railroad OP and the other players into it either. The problem here, though, as OP has stated, was causing a scene and actively lashing out at the GM. Also, of course, as OP also posted, that this wasn't an isolated incident. So it's great that they were able to talk it out with their table, get professional help, and found ways to deal with their issues in the future. See, folks, communication does work. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.